not a dog owner. I've often sort of fancied the idea, but I think I'm not really in a position to offer a good stable home to a dog. However, let's talk about having a dog for a period of time without necessarily having the full commitment. If you fancy taking a dog for a walk, but not all the time, then this scheme might be for you. Let's talk to Tracy Johnston, who runs Barking Mad. Morning to you, Tracy.
Morning.
What exactly is the service then?
Barking Mad is the alternative to kennels. It's a home-from-home environment for dogs when owners go on holiday, for their dogs to have as good a holiday as they would have. We place dogs with what we call host families, who they replicate the dog's lifestyle, the dog's needs, and they then follow the dog's day-to-day routine, and it lives in a home environment with a family or a single person who can look after that dog the same as the owner would.
Right, so the dog owner would pay me then instead of paying the kennels?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I'd be expected to feed the dog and take the dog for a walk and do all the things the dog would normally do?
The dog would come. We would originally, once a customer rings us up, if they're interested in the service, we would go out and meet the customer, meet the dog. We'd spend a good time there, meeting the dog, finding out all of its needs, what the dog likes, what the dog doesn't like, its feeding routine, its walking routine, and then hope the host, who the dog, we would match the dog up with the host family, and they would replicate the dog's requirements.
It's a big responsibility, isn't it, looking after somebody's dog?
It is, but a lot of, all of the hosts that we have, they are experienced people who've had dogs most of their life. They love dogs, miss the company of dogs. Quite a lot of the hosts have had dogs themselves until recently, and the dogs have passed away. So they don't want the full-time commitment of owning a dog themselves, but they miss the company and the companionship and the exercise and the healthy living of owning a dog. So it fits their needs. They can have a dog for a week. The dog would go back to its owners after its holiday, and then hopefully it would go back to the same host for future holidays.
And presumably the dogs, most of them, prefer this to going into kennels.
Yes. A lot of customers now are getting rescue dogs, and they wouldn't want to put a rescue dog back into kennels when it's been in kennels for a period of its life. So this is ideal, because it's used to now living in a home and getting the love and attention that it gets from its owner. So then the host family will then continue that for the period of its holiday.
Rescue dogs are lovely, but I know they can have issues, can't they, because of their past?
Possibly, yes. Well, that when a customer rings us up, we go out and meet them, and we compile a pet profile. We ask, and obviously we get to see the dog in its home environment, and we pet the dog and talk to the dog and talk to the customer, and then we compile a list, and we ask the owner to be honest with us. If the dog has had issues in the past, does it still have those issues? Quite often they have, but they've settled down now, and we have to take everything into account when we then decide which host that dog will go to. So
which breeds are most popular then? What do people normally show preference for?
I've had mainly big dogs so far.
Really?
Labradors, Retrievers, German Shepherds, got a couple of Staffordshire Bull Terriers. Jack Russells are very popular.
And typically, what's the length of time we're looking at? Are we looking at a week or a weekend?
It varies, it depends. I had a dog on holiday for 4 weeks, but if the holiday is, the planned holiday is for a week or more, we always do a trial for 3 days, 2 nights, 3 days, and then that gives the host a chance to see if the dog is suitable for them, and also to make sure the dog is suitable to stay with that particular host.
And let's say somebody's going away for 6 weeks, and in the middle of that time it doesn't quite work out. Is there a way out then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on call. When any hosts have dogs that I've placed with them, they can always ring me if there's a problem, if the dog takes ill, or if the horse takes ill. We would then, have to put a contingency plan into place, and that if we had to move a dog in the middle of a holiday, we would be able to do that. Or if a dog took ill and the horse rang me up, then I would deal with all of that. I would go and pick up the dog and take it. We always keep a record of the dog's vets. So the aim would be to take that dog back to his vets, not to, any vet. We'd take it back to his vets.
So how much do I get paid then for looking after somebody else's dog?
You get paid £5 a night. A lot of our hosts say they don't do it for the money. The money is like pocket money for them. They have no expenses to pay. The dog will come to the host with everything that it needs for the duration of its holiday. It will have its food, its treats, its poo bags, its bedding, everything that dog has at home.
But for the owner, that is quite a bit cheaper, isn't it, than putting it into kennels?
Well, the owner pays, we pay the horse £5. The cost for the owner is £22 a day.
Right.
Yeah.
And does that compare fair? I'm not a dog owner, but I'm thinking that's still cheaper than
think
kennels.
there is, some kennels are cheaper, some kennels are dearer. A lot of people pay for dog walkers per day, and they can sometimes work out about £10 an hour for somebody to come in while you're at work and walk your dog. So Barking Mad isn't too expensive, and it depends what. A lot of people are happy to use kennels. They've used kennels for a long time and will continue.
So you've set this up in our part of the world, but it is already operating really successfully.
It is.
Around the country.
It was set up in Kirkby Lonsdale in the year 2000 by Lee Dancy, who was looking for the alternative kennels for her dog. She put a small advert in a news agent, and she got inundated with people offering to look after her dog. And then from that, people would ask her how to
do it.
How to do it,
And
yeah.
it all went from there. Best of luck, Tracy.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you. That's Tracy Johnston from Barking Mad. There is a website, is there?
There is. The website is barkingmad.uk.com. Or for people who don't have access to the internet, they can ring 01429 860 846.
Tracy, thank you.